Why, Joe? Why? Well, we know why. Everybody knew this was going to happen. It was just a matter of time. So they did it. They authorized long-range strikes in the heart of Russia. And so what does this mean to us? Well, they've given themselves permission to start WW3. Joe is continually poking the bear in the eye. You know, I watched as this whole thing unraveled. So you have to understand that at this point, the state has backed themselves into so many different corners by deceiving on so many different fronts. They're exposed. Everything we see from that TV, the media, is deception. It's disinformation. It's malinformation. It's information that steers you off on the wrong track. So the idea of the truth doesn't even enter into your mind. So I don't think people understand that, but this is very huge implications. Putin explicitly said that the red line was using United States arms inside of Russia. And that's exactly what has happened. Now, when Trump announced that he's going to shut down all wars and not allow them anymore, I knew that was big trouble. Because the military-industrial complex, they love wars. And the politicians, they obviously all love giving aid and support to other countries because it enriches themselves. They get money through the contracts and they get donations to their political campaigns. These politicians, they know what stock is going to shoot through the roof and what's not, so they can make strategic plays. When we asked for an audit where all the money for just Ukraine was going, every single politician except for just a small handful, nope, we don't want to look into that, absolutely not. Because there's so many conflict of interests. The state within the state, they're very, very upset. And when you think about these powers that be, we don't fight against flesh and blood, but principalities and spiritual forces of darkness in high places. The Most High, he has all these things. He has them in hand. They're not surprising to him. So we need to take his approach and take his words in our mind and let them transform us to where we see, as Yahusha said, there will be wars and rumors of wars. Let these not trouble you. But what we should also heed is that there will be false teachers in those days. Now, can we point any of those out right now? Well, of course we can. The Christians, which they give the way a bad name because they're all about money, the cares of the world, and the deceitfulness of riches, they're all about it. The ways of the world and the ways of Yahweh, they are contradictory. They don't mesh, they don't match. Regarding these times, what does the great king, what does he say? It says, "Fear not, for there will many come in my name, saying, I am the Christ, but don't believe it. For there will be wars and rumors of wars, but the end is not yet." See, he gives us explicit instructions on what's going to happen. And if you follow this along with the book of Daniel and the book of Enoch and 2nd Ezra and Isaiah and Ezekiel and all the different prophets, it lays out a glimpse, a picture of what's going to happen in these end days. And if you follow them and cast out all the preconceived notions of man and just let the words speak for itself, that image becomes more and more clear. So just as in the book of Enoch says, "Let not your hearts be troubled because of the times, for the Most High has set aside times for all things." And also in due season, that everything is according to its season, everything a time. It doesn't surprise him whatsoever. And we need to take that outlook and that idea upon our minds, because if we do that, then no matter what happens, no matter if there's a worldwide pandemic that everybody on earth is scared, well, not everybody, well, we can see through it and we can see what it really is. It's a means of control and power and something about eliminating the population. Just like in Daniel, he has appointed times to all things, and he puts in control who he wants to. He's not surprised at all. His prophecies, they speak of the things that are to come. He gives us insight and understanding so that we don't have to be afraid. You know, there was a certain thing that was orchestrated across all the earth, and if you were paying attention, and if you were paying attention throughout the years, well, you weren't fooled about this. You did the research, you studied, you saw that every single bit about it was fake. So you didn't have to wait until, oh, the fact checkers came out, because you knew, because the Most High gives us wisdom to see through the deception. The more of His words that we feel in our minds and in our hearts, the more we see the truth, and that truth will set us free. It is the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through Him. So regarding the times, the book of Enoch says, let not your hearts be troubled because of the times, for the Most High has set times for all things. And as Ecclesiastes says, there is a season for all things under heaven. The kingdoms of this world are now temporarily in the hands of wicked and deceitful men. But that's not always going to be the case. The great prophecies speak about Yahusha when He comes back to reign in power and great glory, how He's going to plow over the wicked and He's going to plant righteousness on His earth. So that's what we look forward to. And if you like these little news segments that I do and you would like to see more, please leave a comment or let's talk about it in the comments. I answer all the comments. If you like, please like, share, and subscribe.